Don't tempt me, Phil Quinn, because I'll do it.
All right, and doing what?
I'll come in here in my underwear.
Oh, skating in, do a little risky business?
Yeah.
Handsome, you've been risky for a while now. No doubt about it. Ned Hines joining the show early. Thank you, Ned. Angelique, and let's see, Jennifer, and Val Ray in the house. What up, Val? And Tench.
Just stop it.
Beth. And of course, one Casey Kelly.
Casey Kelly, yes.
Who, what?
Phil's fiance. Casey, my mom told me that she saw your picture and she thought you were really pretty. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm way over my skis. I tell everybody that. I said, look, I'm a lost cause right here. There's no chance. This girl's way too. Just come on, man. All right, let's go play a little radio.
Let's get back to your wake-up call with Phil Quinn. Brought to you by Phillips Drugs on Richmond's Classic Hits.
All right, it is, I'll get my headphones working here. It is 6:43 on the wake-up call. Jeff, can you hear the headphones okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
I don't know. Something's not going on with mine. I'll talk to Rick about that. Good morning. It is a Friday, and we are set and ready to go for another edition of A Look at the Headlines. And thanks to all those folks joining us on Facebook Live. How are you? And I know you're going to start off with some good stuff, so I'll just let you have at it. How about that?
All right, let's talk a little bit about what we didn't get to yesterday, and that was what happened at the Richmond Community School Board meeting. And the highlight out of that is the fact that there's going to be no reconfiguration of schools, at least not anytime soon. They had talked about doing some pretty drastic things and talked about it really as recently as earlier this month, including moving the 5th grade back to elementary schools and changing Hibbert into an elementary school. All that, though, is now off the table, at least for now. The board's going to focus on existing programs.
Okay.
And a side note, you probably know by now about the Tiernan Center getting some new bleachers. That's going to significantly reduce its seating capacity.
How do you feel about that? I mean, it's the sign of the times, right? Like the whole upper deck's going, right?
Well, no, I don't think so. But I mean, it's really not needed. You certainly don't need the capacity that's there, and it's really sad because you're never going to see gyms built that size again,
yeah.
and I don't think so. At least not on the high school level. When they talk about changes to the Tiernan Center, though, I've said this for a long time, and I've probably broadcast more basketball games in there than anybody, and that place needs, more than anything, some personality. It is as bland gets. It needs maybe like a ring of honor, somehow recognize some of the great players that have played not only inside the Tiernan Center but inside Civic Hall as well. It's a great facility, but it's extremely bland.
We need an elevator in there.
You think?
Don't you?
Yeah, I do. I really do. For sure. Although, again, the crowds that have been there the last 5 years, you could pretty much fit everybody in the lower level.
Yes. Yeah. I think especially the ends you could probably take out. But
yeah. So,
well, but
anyway.
they need to do the improvements. I get that. So,
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about the drought that's now expanded. In fact, let me back up. All of the Whitewater Valley is now classified as abnormally dry, but much of the Whitewater Valley now is included in a moderate drought. That includes the northeastern part of Wayne County, southeastern Randolph County, and pretty much all of Preble, Dark, and Franklin counties as well. 2 measurable rainfalls in the last 30 days here in Richmond officially, and both those combined have amounted to just over 1/10 of an inch. Let's see, there's a couple of pretty big drug busts, and one of them tells how powerful fentanyl is. 12 grams of fentanyl taken seized after a joint investigation by the Wayne and Fayette County Sheriff's Departments. 12 grams of fentanyl. Now that's enough. The federal government says that 3 milligrams of fentanyl, if pure fentanyl, can kill an adult. That means that 12 grams would be enough to kill 4,000 people. Shows you just shows you just how strong that is. The first weekend of fall is this weekend. It's upon us, and that means several events as well. The New Paris Apple Fest is one of the biggies this weekend. Also in the Depot District, Oktoberfest and the Hagerstown Fall Festival.
Yeah, I got lots to do. Got a lot of work to do. Pub crawl tonight in Oktoberfest. There's and Hagerstown's Fall Festival, is that a new thing, or have they been doing that for a while?
You know, I don't know.
Applefest has been around for a while.
Yeah.
And some apple dumplings over there is probably not a bad idea. Get in the car and go over there. See, this would be the stuff I would do, on a weekend like this. I'd jump in the convertible and go. And I am not doing that. Unless I steal somebody's car.
That's your decision.
No, it's fine. I'm not upset about it at all.
I drove the convertible in this morning.
Yeah, I did.
And I still can't feel my right.
I was going to say, it's 49 degrees outside, or
was-
50 when we got here. I don't know. That's kind of silly.
It was frosty, man. I've been having my jacket on all morning. I just took it off so I could come in here. And show
You
my-
came out to give us a little bit of the gun show. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so our question of the day.
I'm not done.
Oh.
Just real quick. If you didn't hear at 6:30, I want you to listen at 7:30 because it's pretty interesting. Whitewater Valley priest, he's in Brookville. He says he's performed. What are you doing?
I'm showing the sign where it says the wake up call with Phil Quinn. It
Oh.
says nothing about Jeff Lane. I'm not done. And here you are. I'm showing people on Facebook Live. You are done. No, I'm teasing. Go ahead.
All right. Anyway, he's performed. He's one of just a handful of priests in the country performing exorcisms. He says his requests are skyrocketing. He's gone from 40 to 2,000 per year. And
Where is he based out of? Washington,
Brookville,
D.C.?
Brookville. He's in Brookville. Yeah.
The exorcisms need to be happening in Washington.
Yeah.
That's my grumpy old guy take.
All right. Lay your question of the day on.
Well,
because
first
I'm
of
sure
all,
people are waiting
no.
with
Well,
bated breath.
first of all, we have big news here.
We do.
Kings Island is taking down the vortex.
Yeah.
The vortex. It was a rite of passage for me. It was the first time that I put my life into the hands of a minimum wage paid college intern who's sucking on Gatorade after a 2-day bender. And I said, push that button, clown. I don't care if the harness is buckled or not, and you go up that big hill and come. I mean, the vortex is closing?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And there's no specific reason. They just said it's ended. It's reached the end of its useful life.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I don't want it to rust out and kill people.
That'd be bad.
That'd be bad. And then the other thing I saw today is 1 out of every 3 divorce cases contain somewhere in the paperwork the word Facebook. 1 in 3.
Are you kidding me?
1 in 3.
Wow.
Yeah?
Not shocking.
Not shocking. Okay, so here's the QOD, though. So you're stranded on an island, and you're allowed, I don't know how you get power, but let's just forget that part of it. You're allowed a CD, a DVD, and a book to keep yourself company. Now, what would be the CD that you would want to take with you as you're stranded on an island?
Oh man.
Yeah. I went with
CD?
All right. Well, people have been saying like a greatest hits album of some sort. You know,
Yeah.
something that's got 2-disc kind of type thing. Steel drums. I don't know, reggae.
Yeah.
I went with the Hamilton soundtrack
Yeah.
just because
Not bad.
because you got a little history that you could kind of follow along and rap along with it. My book would be anything really from Malcolm Gladwell. I just think that you learn something every time you read something from him. My DVD, I thought tongue-in-cheek Castaway would be funny. How did you do that with the ice skate again? But what about you?
That's a good one. I was going to go the same way as Castaway. I think my music would have to be the best of Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Might as well live it.
And would you want some sort of how-to survival kit be your novel?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so what are you doing this weekend? You got to work. Now, do you have a game at Miami?
Yeah, I got
Are they
Miami and
home?
Buffalo tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah,
How are
kickoff.
the Red Hawks?
They are 1-3,
Yeah.
but their 3 losses have been to Iowa, UC, and Ohio State. So
That's pretty okay.
pretty strong
Yeah.
competition.
Is our dog playing? Is Nathan still?
No, Nathan's done.
Okay,
Nathan's
graduated. Okay, all right. And then I wanted to ask you real quickly. Last game for Marty Brenneman was yesterday,
Yeah.
and the ceremony's very poignant, very nice. Video tributes coming in from different announcers. How did you handle it? I got verklempt when the kids that he's helped at Dragonfly.
Yeah.
When they came out, I just went, all right, they got me. This Cubs fan starting to wince a little bit.
Yeah, it was great. It's that. I mean, I don't know. The broadcast. He was not overly emotional. It was not a 3-hour cry fest, which was good. He treated it as a normal game as much as he could.
Mm-hmm.
I think he handled it professionally, just
Yeah.
like you did
But
everything else.
I know, but how did you handle it?
Oh.
Were you a mess? Did you get cry at all or anything?
It was rough.
I'm sure. Well,
Yeah.
I get it. You're allowed to say, yeah, it was kind of emotional.
Yeah, it was.
I almost got you a shirt.
Oh, yeah?
I did. I thought, if I go online and buy one of these shirts, Marty's last game, Jeff would wear it, but he didn't go, so it doesn't mean as much. An old Marty and Joe T-shirt though would be kind of baller.
Oh, yeah.
I'd break one of those out.
Yeah, CincyShirts.com. They've got all kinds of cool stuff like that. I don't know if I'm allowed to promote it, but I just did. It's pretty cool.
All right, very good. Thanks,
All right,
man.
See ya.
Full time of the year with the seasons change.
Well, that went long. All right, guys. Oh, Kristen Lawrence, I'm fine with that. It was the first roller coaster I've ever rode on. Almost fell out of it. Oh, good God, Kristen. Love it, guys. Thanks for all of the comments and stuff. We just have a ball doing it. It's a little extra work, but I don't care. It's fun. And on the show today, Brian Schleeper from Cardinal Greenway is going to come by. We're also going to do Tammy Silverman from Indiana Youth Institute. If you don't know what the Indiana Youth Institute does, all the stats about Hoosier youth, they usually collate and do all that stuff. And so they looked at in-school, out-of-school, and expulsion rates and some different stats about that are pretty interesting. So she's coming up at 7 o'clock. Captain Jackpot, we got $150 we're trying to give away. And have a good weekend.